Hey there, it is Facebook Live. We're doing This is the Bronx TV. And we were just outdoors a little while ago, but now we're inside, and I'm here with Julie Fisher.
Hi there.
Julie, now you are the executive director
That's right.
of not a new school, but a new location for a school that is designed for autistic children. And I thought it was real important to have the facility, to welcome them to the Bronx, or to this part of the Bronx, and also to give everybody an idea of the opportunities that are available for parents and, of course, their children in the Bronx. So, Julie, just talk about the school, tell me where it is, and why it was created in this space.
Yep. So we actually are a charter school exclusively for children who are profoundly affected by autism. We opened in 2005 in East Harlem and opened just this last year in the South Bronx. So we're currently at 1180 Tinton Avenue, sharing space with two district public schools. And, you know, we're really, again, the educational options for kids with autism are, there aren't a lot of options, particularly for kids that are more severely affected. So we thought it was really important to be a presence, and our wait list in East Harlem has always been filled with Bronx families.
So here we are.
To expand and move into a new borough, Bronx was the logical space.
You know, as a parent, and I have so much, I don't know if the word is sympathy or empathy or both, for parents who say, look, my child may be a little different from another child, and that child deserves the care, the attention, the opportunity to grow and develop like any other child. So we have some things on the table here, and then we're going to go to another room. It's not fully ready yet because they're getting ready for school, but it's a gorgeous space. It's a spacious space. I want you to tell me some of the things we have on the table that autistic kids in particular will do well with.
Well, I think, the theme for us is really individualized and personalized learning. So every student really has a curriculum that's kind of designed specifically for them. And we also use and rely on a lot of visual supports. Many of our students struggle with language.
Hold it up so people can see. It's going to be backwards. That doesn't mean you're dyslexic. It just means that the technology hasn't caught up to it. But go ahead.
But many of our students struggle with language. And so, making the world predictable for them, we rely on a lot of visual supports to let them know what's coming and what the expectations are. So this is an example of a schedule for one of our students who actually is able to do some text-to-object correspondence. Other students may not be, so we use photographs. So for this young man, he's able to make a choice of something that he'd like to have access to. And then we may actually use these motivational systems so that as we're working, we're moving these little tokens down, and once the board is full, he knows that he gets to access his fun thing. Our kids are working really hard, and building in incentives like that is really important.
And another thing, and I didn't even ask her about this, but I'm going to make the assumption if you're going to have children who need special care and deserve special care, then they're going to get individualized attention. It's not going to be like, well, okay, you've got a little problem, right? Just talk to me about that philosophy, which is evident in every one of the materials that they have.
Yeah, it's really a must. I mean, the famous saying in the autism community is if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism.
It's not that famous because I'd never heard it before, but it's good. I do like it.
Our students, even though they share that diagnosis, are more different from one another than they are similar. And, their needs can be very intense. It can be a very stressful thing for families to deal with. We may have students that have food selectivity. They may, run from their families and engage in dangerous behavior. They may not be able to tolerate haircuts or dental visits. They may have sleep issues. So we're really looking at the totality of their life and trying to develop a curriculum that's going to help address all of those needs.
How many children will be attending school here?
So last year we opened with 12 students. We're up to 20 this year, and then next year 32.
Okay, this is the beauty of doing it live. We're going to walk, right?
Perfect.
Here we go, we're walking. And I will let you go, Julie, go first. We're going to cut through this office here. And say hello. We're on Facebook Live. Everybody can wave. There you go. What is your name?
My name is Lee. Hi.
And what do you do here?
I'm one of the clinical supervisors at the school, so I oversee a couple of the classrooms.
Isn't this extraordinary?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
It's the best.
Why?
Why?
I'm putting her on the spot.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
care.
It's just such a unique kind of place to be able to be. There's such a team kind of feel to it. The families are so involved, everyone's on the same page and like working so hard to just bring every student here to their potential, and it's a really special place.
All right, now I want you to look there and look in the camera, okay? It's a camera.
okay.
Okay, look in the camera and talk to a parent and say to a parent why this is an extraordinary development in the Bronx for their children.
This is an extraordinary development because it's a new home for everyone, I think. I think
Ooh,
it's
I like that.
yeah. I think it's a place where we can kind of come together, bring all of our best interests from both kind of angles, school and home, to help your child be the best they can be.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
All right, so I'm still walking, and I'm here with Julie. Don't
Here
go
we
too
go.
far. We're
Not
going as a
We're gonna
team.
head right in here.
All right, we're going in here. What do we got here? There's other interviews going on,
Yeah.
but you show me what
Yeah.
are we looking at?
So I just want to highlight, here's two of our incredible staff.
Oh, here, ladies and gentlemen, presenting incredible staff. Hi, you are.
Hi, I'm
Oh,
Carla.
wait, do I see you there? You are. Carla, and what do you do here?
I'm an instructor, and yeah,
Are you really looking forward to seeing the
I'm
kids?
so excited. Like you don't even know. Like I'm giddy.
And why? What makes you excited?
Because like just knowing that I'm making a difference in their lives, and knowing that with each little goal, with each little program that we run, they're learning something new and they're becoming better than.
She's starting to cry.
I'm
No, I'm
really
gonna
gonna
cry.
cry.
No, I'm gonna cry. So we're gonna leave her alone. Hi, you are.
Hey, I'm
we're gonna let her
Reagan.
cry in peace.
I'm Reagan.
And why do you love? And what do you do here?
I'm also an instructor, and I'm very excited for the up-and-coming school year.
Can you imagine the opportunity for kids? Isn't this like? I mean, this is the kind of thing that the world blew by in the past, but now we're focusing on our children, right?
Very true.
All right.
And yeah, I'm
Anything
very
else you want
excited.
to say? I'm putting them all on the spot because I don't care.
Change is coming.
All right, change is coming. That's what we said. All right, goodbye. Thank you so much. Get back to work. Make a good lesson plan. We want it to work. Good. What do you got?
So it's really interesting. So I just want to show you sort of how our classrooms are structured. So every student kind of has their area. And that's important because we do a lot of real focused work with students where we need to maximize their attention to the task at hand. You can see a lot of visuals here. I don't know if you want to flip around and show. Just kind of, so this is one space for a student here.
And this thing here is very similar to what you showed me in the
Exactly.
classroom.
But again, individualized. We know exactly what this student loves. We know what he's able to attend to. And so we've got our individualized areas and then what will be group instruction areas so the kids can come together and we can work on all the social skills.
And social skills and all that is vital. And I'm going to talk about one other aspect, which is plainly evident. Children with autism need to be exposed to technology.
Yes.
I mean, it's here, so they get the same opportunity as anybody else. So let's just come over here with me, and let's just wrap this up in a
Okay.
couple of ways. The incidence of autism is not declining in the
It
Bronx,
is not. So
especially.
can I tell you, when I started in the
No, you
field,
can't tell me.
way back when, in 1987, the numbers were 2 in 10,000. It's now 1 in 59. So
My
that's
goodness.
a dramatic increase.
And that only means, and that's what Julie is doing. And the name of the school, by the way, is
NYC Autism Charter School Bronx.
Right. The reason that we have this is because we're going to take care of these kids. That's what we're going to do. Okay. And why do we do this? Why?
Because it's the Bronx.
This is
This is the Bronx.